Now, NATO, alright, this is a perfect example. I'm talking to you, NATO. This is a perfect example, right, of how the police put us in a position to where we're afraid to practice our rights. You see, we have rights, and the police want you to give up those rights. They want you to comply with their feelings instead of standing up for your rights. NATO, United Nations, Department of Justice, I'm talking to you. Minister El Roel, C197-36715, American. This is specifically for NATO, the United Nations, and the United States Department of Justice, which all have been committing high treason since 1786, the Treaty of Peace and Friendship. Since 1880, the Treaty of Madrid.
So we just had a cop pass us. I don't know if he's going to stop us yet. Yep, get your video going. He's pulling around right there.
Domestic terrorists.
Let's see if he stops us.
Title 18, 9/11. No one can be a United States citizen. But these policy and code enforcers want to enforce code and policy on Americans.
I doubt it.
They do not know the law.
I don't know if you guys can see
They
him
do not
behind us or not.
respect the Constitution. They do not want us to practice our rights under the Constitution.
Don't be. You're all right.
They do not want us
Just keep walking.
to stand up for our amendment rights. They just want us to comply to their feelings.
Thank you. I appreciate it. But no biggie. I like this. You got this nice scope. Thank you.
So what's going on? Why are you walking around with an AR around town?
Because I can.
But why?
Because I can.
I didn't say you couldn't, but
Because I can. That's my Second Amendment right.
absolutely. I agree with that.
Just out walking with the daughter.
Nobody's giving you trouble.
Oh no, God no. I wouldn't give anybody carrying any kind of firearm trouble.
Anybody giving you trouble, and the reason why you're walking around with it is because of potential trouble for others.
Right, no, I get that, but yeah, no one's just literally out exercising.
Threatening your life right now?
No,
Okay.
not even close.
Tell me if they were.
Oh yeah, but
We'll
yeah,
make sure that you're okay, and I mean, yeah, absolutely. You can walk around town.
yep,
Obviously not pointing it around.
right, yeah, being stupid,
Right, exactly.
yeah, yep, nope, I'm completely all good.
Do you live in Garrett here?
I do.
Okay, so he's probably familiar with her. I don't know you. I was
Yeah.
born and raised. I was born in Garrett, but I was raised in Garrett.
I was actually born and raised in Busco,
Okay.
and then me and the wife moved here in Garrett.
Is it okay if I ask what your name is?
I'd rather not answer.
Did you talk to another officer right now?
A couple days ago, I think. It might have been last weekend. I got his encounter on video as well.
Is that encounter pleasant? I mean,
Yeah, actually, he passed the audit with flying colors, much like you gentlemen are now. You guys are-
obviously we already had an idea that this is a setup.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say set up, but
Now listen to his cop explaining.
You know, to me, it is a setup, and I've already explained to another guy who I've encountered before, because you know you're trying to put police in a position to where either they abuse their power or they do something different to make them look bad. Hold on. So you're doing something out of the norm that you wouldn't normally do, just so you get that attention. Well, to me, if you're going above the normal, that's you're trying to encounter something different. I know you're trying to give a message too. There's other variables.
Now understand, NATO, United Nations, the Second Amendment gives you the right to bear arms that shall not be infringed. The tyranny has been going on this land for so long that it's not normal to the police for you to practice your Second Amendment, which, you know, it should be normal that you are carrying a firearm to protect yourself. It should be normal. But the tyranny on this land that these people have been committing has made it not normal. Has made your Second Amendment not normal. Has made the right for you to defend yourself and your family not normal. You hear what he said? NATO, Department of Justice, United Nations. So the Second Amendment right is not normal. It's only normal for policy and code enforcers. If they a public servant, it's normal for a public servant to carry a firearm, but not an American. Even though it's your right to defend yourself. You get what I'm saying? NATO, Department of Justice, United Nations.
But it's also a setup, because 9 times out of 10, if you weren't trying to do an audit or anything like that, I got an AR, I don't carry around town. There's 1,000 people in this town have ARs, they don't carry around town. But
they do carry their pistols if they have them.
Well, you have to have valid carry permission.
Right.
See?
But they still do.
That's infringing on your Second Amendment.
And actually, for the record, I'm not baiting any. I'm actually not out for an audit specifically. I just do when I'm approached. And so I don't go out
You're not
intending.
purposely trying to do an audit?
No. I just do the audit when I'm approached. And at that point,
Yeah, the people around town are going to get nervous and call the police, right?
Who cares
there's-
about their feelings?
I do at the same time, but
Feelings,
I'm also bringing
police.
awareness that it is our right. We are lawfully allowed to
Your
do this.
feelings do not
And
trump anyone's
as long as
rights.
you're not being stupid, or you're not a felon or anything like that, then I actually believe that it should be the norm.
Right, so let me ask you a question based off that. So police officers like us, we approach you.
A public servant.
Right, okay, now, you don't give us information. Okay,
I don't have
It's not
to.
my job to do your job. That is your job.
You
to
shouldn't even be
investigate.
approaching me.
It's all about compliance and trying to help. And
But that's not my job to do your job. I don't
See,
even
they want you
have
to
legally
comply.
be talking to you guys
my
right now.
job is to find out who you are.
Yep, that is your job.
Why make things progressive?
See?
I just-
Tyranny.
That makes no
Rights.
sense. Nothing's going on.
Rights.
Right.
If I'm going to stick to one right, I'm going to stick to all my rights. And actually, any information, and like I said, me even talking to you guys right now, I don't even have to. I can turn around and keep going and tell you guys have a nice day.
That's why I asked you.
But
to talk to
I'm-
me. I didn't tell you that.
Yep, no, I'm being I like to be cordial with my, my cops that actually uphold their oaths and everything, and nope.
Anyway, but like I said, we could debate about it on both sides.
Debate. You want to debate the law. The law is undebatable.
No, I
It
do
says
see
what
it
it
from
says.
that side too, but again, other people's feelings don't trump my rights. So
Your
if
Second
they feel a way
Amendment
about
right
it, that's
shall
on them.
not be infringed.
Theoretically, let's say
And they do it all the time. NATO, as you can see, they're doing it now.
That would be on your job to find that out, though. Of course not. But again, that's your job to investigate that and find that out.
Right, but if there's no help from the other side, no compliance.
Comply.
Again, I can't tell you.
Comply
how to do your
means
job.
give up
That's
your
like,
rights.
That's like you coming to my work and trying to tell me how to do my job and not.
You receive information, so you go out and go to everybody's house and ask them, hey, is there a battery taking place here? No, people call us, they provide information. That's
Right,
how it works.
but then at that point, that's your job to investigate that situation. So therefore, investigating
I understand.
is your job. So we're kind of going in circles here.
I get the investigation, I get all of it.
Yeah, I'm
Throw out some theoreticals on.
right. No, I got you.
Because,
But if I'm going to stand up for one right, I got to stand up for the rest of my rights too.
absolutely, I don't disagree.
So that's why I'm being the way I'm being. Just as a what's the word I'm looking for?
Just a regular
Yep,
American,
nope, I can't think of the word I'm
state
looking for.
citizen.
Nope.
You carry a pistol?
I do not. I don't have a carry permit yet until I'm actually waiting for June 1st, so that way me and the wife can both file for our carries because they become free after June 1st.
How come you never got one before?
Just never had the time or money, really. Now I'm in the
You see,
spot in my life
you have
where I
to
can actually
pay.
afford it and I have time to do it.
You have to pay
Plus, being
to
free
carry.
helps. That's
Ain't
kinda
that
why
infringing?
we're waiting until June 1st. I'd rather pay like the 75 whatever to the state versus 175 for the permit and whatever goes to the police department.
You hear that, NATO? You have to pay
No.
for your
And
right.
I'll show you.
You have to pay for a right to defend
There's not
yourself.
one in the chamber.
You hear it,
Let's see. Good.
NATO?
I do practice my safe gun and everything.
Good. We're strong supporters of the Second Amendment. So
Absolutely.
So why are you
Yep,
making
yep,
people
no,
pay
I actually have no problem with, a lot
for
of
a right
these
that shall
auditors,
not be
they have a
infringed?
problem when cops even
Isn't that
stop them.
infringing?
the ones that are baiting.
Yeah,
Sure,
I get it. It is your guys' job. Someone calls in, you have to come out and check it out.
Yeah.
I get
Oh,
that. I
think
don't
about
have a
it.
problem
Wait a
with that.
minute.
It's when the cop starts.
You have a Second Amendment that shall not be infringed. You have the right to bear arms. But if you don't pay, then you don't have it. You see the tyranny in this? So if you have a firearm, they're going to ask you if you have paid. They're going to ask you if you have a concealed carry or whatever. And you have to present that. Even though you have a Second Amendment right that shall not be infringed. Do you see the tyranny in this? How the United States, these politicians, are committing high treason. You have an inalienable right to defend yourself and your family. You do not have to pay for that right. It's a God-given right to defend yourself. But they are saying you have to pay for a God-given right. NATO, and you agreeing, NATO? You agreeing to that, United Nations? Department of Justice, you agreeing to that bullshit? Oh my.
Being ignorant and belligerent is the part that I have a problem with. And both of you fellas have, been fine. You know, I have no ill will towards this reaction or whatsoever. As far as I'm concerned, both of you score A's, so.
I appreciate it. I'll try to keep it.
All right. But I will let you guys know this won't be the only time you guys see me out here. Just, was that you the other day? Okay, yeah.
Tyranny. Tyranny.